Welcome back again with part 5 of the SBL paper, Planning and Decision Making, and our topic today will be about finance or business transformation. Let us try to highlight some important points of this topic. The finance transformation is part of the broader concept of business transformation. The concept is about how to make fundamental changes in running a business or organization. For example, changes in personnel, processes, and technology. According to one of McKinsey articles, business transformation programs have long focused on productivity improvement, taking a better, faster, cheaper approach to how the company works. What is the technology impact on the business transformation? What is the big data? The modern technology could support the analyzing of large amounts data in an effective manner, to provide a very fast and real-time results. This may include sophisticated data analytics. Now, what are the 5 V of big data? Volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value are characteristics of big data that are known as the 5 Vs. For example, volume as a characteristic of big data could mean that, the more data you have, the more reliable your analysis becomes and the more confident of using it. What are the common types of data analytics? Descriptive. That means, what happened and why. Predictive, what might happen. Prescriptive, what should we do? Do not worry, in the SBL exam, you would not be expected to carry out such analysis as has been shown in this slide. It just has been discussed to give you some insight into the type of analytics which can be carried out. That is what was confirmed by a member of the Strategic Business Leader examining team in the ACCA Global website. We will discuss this technical article by the end of this video. How to enable success by organizing. The main purpose of a boundaryless organization is to remove barriers to growth, to help the employees, managers, suppliers, and customers, to collaborate and working together toward a better business experience. Typical boundaries found in organizations are vertical, horizontal, and external boundaries. The 3 main types of boundaryless organization are the virtual structure, where the independent companies share their expertise, network and cost with each other, in other words the collaboration of other organizational parts. The modular structure, focus on your core competencies only, and to outsource some parts of the product production instead of processes. The hollow structure, where non-core activities or processes are outsourced, in other words the non-value-adding activities. The shared services, outsourcing, and the use of business partnerships can play a vital role in the success of a boundaryless organization. Here you are the concepts, the key advantages, and disadvantages of them. A shared service system refers to the centralization of services. Unlike the outsourcing system, shared services will still be carried out within the organization and will not require the use of a third party. In other words, the provision of service will typically be moved to one location with fewer staff and a consolidated IT system. The key advantages are the economies of scale on cost, efficiency improving and removing boundaries. Also, talent and expertise in one place. The key disadvantages could be targets may be time-consuming and difficult. Also, there may be resistance to change by local managers and staff. The outsourcing system could refer to moving the routine processing to an external provider. That is to achieve competitive advantage by focusing on company core competencies. The company will not carry out non-core operations itself. One of the key advantages is the cost savings, flexibility, and the economies of scale. But the key disadvantage could be related to the data security, or the possibility of fraud and misstatement. In the business partnerships, the functions will be turning into an integrated business partner rather than independent business units. For example, finance experts will participate and be embedded in the operational functions to create value. One of the key advantages is the processes streamline and automation. Also, the value creation by contributing to decision-making. But again, the key disadvantage could be the unlimited liability and joint accountability of partners. Here you are some recommendations for your exam. After carefully reading the case scenario, firstly try to highlight the transformation process itself. In other words, success factors versus constraints, the role of advancing information technology, and the role of the finance professional. Finally, try to evaluate the alternative structures. For example, business partnering, outsourcing, and shared or global business services. Ask yourself, which alternative would be enabling success? Another general issues relating to the transformation process could include. Try to explain the drive for change and creating motivation. The preparing process for transformation. And don't forget the participation by staff or resistance to change, finally the implementing of transformation. And so on. For further reading about the finance transformation topic, I suggest you read the following articles, if you have time. Applying Big Data and Data Analytics in Strategic Business Leader. The article tries to explain what is big data, and the 5V of big data. Then the article discusses the data analytics techniques, and the 3 types of data analytics: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. Finally, the article suggests very important points about the applications data analytics in future SBL exams. Students need to be aware of how big data and such techniques of data analytics can be of use in leading or managing a business more effectively. Using data effectively is critical to a successful business. Also, you need to be able to interpret findings in an insightful way, in order to make sound decisions. An SBL examination might include a business which is losing or gaining competitive advantage because of its data analytics capabilities and require the candidate to identify these issues and consider ways to improve or exploit these capabilities. One of important business capabilities is the ability of new data technologies to collect, store and process such data. So, the business needs to have strategies to develop these capabilities to become successful and to compete more effectively. The article also highlighted the case scenario that was examined in question 3, December 2018. We will discuss it by the end of this video. The question was: look at a company facing threats from disruptive technologies which need to be safeguarded against. The article refers to the possibility of other threats in future exams, such as the security threats from people using technologies to steal data from companies, or the risk of companies using data irresponsibly themselves and being threatened with litigation, and determining how this can be prevented. Other scenarios could include using the findings of data analytics inappropriately or failing to exercise sufficient skepticism about the information they obtain, or using such information unethically. Finally, the article referred that the SBL examination might ask students to interpret or apply the findings and exercising skepticism. The exam exhibits might include considering the best way to utilize scarce resources, to minimize costs in producing a range of products, or how to optimize pricing or sales volume and the implications of doing this. The other articles I suggest you read if you have time could be Finance Transformation, Expert Insights on Shared Services and Outsourcing. Also, you can read Finance Transformation Roles, Pathways to CFO. Finally, you can read How to Make the Finance Function a Better Business Partner. Now let us highlight some points regarding question 3 in March 2020 exam question. The question asks to prepare email to advise the company's CEO on the responsibilities and activities involved in effective preparation for and implementation of the transformation of the company. So, you need to discuss the following points: the CEO responsibilities and the other board's responsibilities. Preparing for transformation. Implementing transformation. Communication. Answer to this question could be also linked to the project management. Now, based on the examiner marking scheme, as shown on this slide, you can build your answer as follow. Try to focus on both the CEO's and senior management's responsibility to lead the transformation. The CEO can persuade the rest of the board to be as enthusiastic for change as she was. But what about the responsibility of the other directors? The board must take a leadership role. Other points that could be highlighted are the communication with and involvement of staff and ways to overcome resistance, especially on the initial stages of transformation. Also, the activities during the transformation process, the need to maintain staff motivation and the need to confirm that staff were behaving as required once the transformation process had been completed. Now try to practice this important question on your own. Would you like to do more practicing? Here you are, question 3, in December 2018 exam. The question looks at a company that facing threats from disruptive technologies. So firstly, you need to discuss what are the disruptive technologies. The definition and explanation points. The potential challenges of new emerging technology which unexpectedly displaces an established one. The growth of disruptive technologies must be taken seriously. And so on. Then you will need to discuss the points related to the potential for application of disruptive technologies by the company. For example, we could consider some less expensive adaptations of disruptive technologies. There are opportunities for personalization in the form of smartphone apps. Finally, you will need to discuss the challenges posed by disruptive technologies. For example, disruptive technologies such as rent-a-room are a real threat to the company. So, we must address the threat. We simply cannot wait for it to go away. The flexibility to be able to offer a wide range of services. The wider choice of product offerings. The likely to face significant challenges in being able to personalize our customer experiences. And so on. Again, our videos are just a weekend revision. We will try to discuss and analysis a lot of exams questions with ACAA experts. Especially the SBL tutors. Now, would you like a PDF copy of this video? So, you can read and print it. Just hit like for this video and write your email on the comments. I will try to send you a soft copy. For more discussion on this topic and other topics, please visit my LinkedIn page. Goodbye.